Alright. How am I sounding? Everything sound good? Zeke? Everything sound good? Zeke? Okay, I can see everything sounds good. Well, hear everything sounds good. Well, hello to whoever is here watching. Gonna get started with Doki Doki Literature Club. And I have not taken an edible yet, so... Let me see how it looks on... Okay, yeah, it looks good. Previous save file has been found. Would you like to delete your save data and start over? Yeah. Okay. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. In other words, why are you watching this? Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit ddlc.mode/warning.html. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you're at least 13 years of age and you consent your exposure of highly disturbing content. My life is disturbing content. And I'm 26. Now I'm gonna go for the edible. I can get it open. Alright, thumbs up. Let me check out settings. Okay, that's fine. We'll just put in Zelda. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. Used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay. We're a bit of a dick, aren't we? I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's me, Zelda.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. Whatever helps you sleep at night. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
Like, by the way, Zelda, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
It's like not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college.
Sayori, there are some people that I'm actually surprised that I got through high school.
Your happiness is like really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
I know what NEET stands for, but I can't remember it offhand. It's no experience. It's something. I know the first two letters is no experience. I know that much. Sorry, edibles sometimes makes my mouth a little dry. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Must find clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Strong anime.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Even the teacher's gone. Why? I don't know. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there, and spacing out. So I came in, knock you back to reality. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It was going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought,
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club. It's that we secretly have depression, but no one really seems to know this club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
We Depression Club are proud, but we also need help. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Okay, so kinda right. What? If you look at some of the great writers of her time, you'll see that there was depression. Prove me wrong. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Guaranteed! Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. You know, we're gonna talk about anime like Elfen Lied or Death Note. Maybe Attack on Titan.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus, today's the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That better be a good cupcake then. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generically used for third-year classes and activities. You know, like summoning demons. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, a new member is here. I got us a new victim.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Oh god, what can I do for Natsuki? Okay, we have Yuri Russian. Sayori is a valley girl. What can we add to this mix? I'm gonna hate myself for this, but oh well. Seriously! You brought the boy! Way to kill the atmosphere! Okay, Monica?
Ah, Zelda. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I don't know what voice this is.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? Don't make me pull out me scythe. If you want to say something, say it! Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just, ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, talking about the underworld and stuff. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Zelda. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Boing.
Come sit down, Zelda. We made room for you at the table so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hurry! I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I get a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the tinfoil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, I just got the recipe from me Aunt Callie. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What are you thinking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Well, really, you kind of technically did, but I'm not gonna argue with you. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Yeah, see? See? Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy! Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that. You know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, but smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature... Oh, wait, whoops, wrong person. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd very much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. You know, like literature. Because some people are just assholes. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I am fulfilling that dream. Monica, it really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't any more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. Like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know what? Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. One is Russian, one sounds like a California surfer girl, and the other one is somehow Jamaican. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Excuse me. So Zelda, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, horror. I do have some manga. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. No, not much of a reader, I guess. That's fine. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I like House of Leaves. I'm currently reading I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I like A.M. He seemed to have good head on shoulders. That was joke. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I also like House of Dragons. They seem okay. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I also like Lord of the Rings. Dumb Bombadil. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, and she finds her comfort in a world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. I like knives. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Oh, you would like House of Leaves then. I really need to read that. I really need to get a copy of that. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It all started with Goosebumps. Then next thing I know, I'm reading Stephen King. And scary tales to tell in the dark. Yeah, that's probably where it started. Goosebumps and scary stories to tell in the dark. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. I look gentle, but inside, I am a beast. Tee-hee. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, but I really can't put it down. I get the feeling that she would really like A Clockwork Orange. I mean, really like it. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Yeah, she'll like it. Like, you know when someone really likes something, they become a bit obsessive about it? Yeah, kind of like that, like. Oh, damn, edible's kicking in. Not even at the first poem. Ugh, I ate ore. And it's not because I sound like the Grim Reaper. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. Oh. Oh well. I'm just doing this for fun anyway. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Don't make me grab my scythe and open up the underworld. Let's give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Oh god, I would be so uncomfortable. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. You know, just when I'm sick of all the shit that I have to put up with just because I lost that one game of them ball. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. You wouldn't be able to understand them. You would go mad. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. And sometimes, psyche tends to drip out, depending on what genre you're writing. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri looked quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Zelda? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Oh my god, she set me on fire! Hold on, there's still one problem. You set me on fire, you bitch! What's that? I'm burning! Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, my point would come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought...
Zelda.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Or when you're high. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sailor wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then let's all make it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Zelda, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Zelda, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. You know, maybe become one entity. 'Cause why not? Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Big words you think your character member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. What the hell? Oh, okay, there's the words. For a second, I thought there was something wrong. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, here's the plan. There are two endings. Right, here's the plan. There are two endings to this game. A good one and a bad one. Most people typically go for the bad one. I, however, am going to go for the best one. Mainly because I feel like not a lot of people actually go for it. Okay. Let's see. Who do I want to go for first? I'm going to save Sayori for last. Because, well, if you know, you know. I think I'll go with Natsuki. Let's see. Dazzle. Okay, now it's more Sayori then. Sugar. see. Okay, Natsuki's probably gonna be a little harder than I realized. She's Doki Doki. Strawberry. Oh, no, it's more Sayori. Fuck. Bunny. Swimsuit. Shit. Marshmallow. Oh well, I have a save, so I have like 2 other files. Bleh. So it should be fine. Candy. Kiss. Parfait. Lipstick. Chocolate. Okay. Yeah, we're getting the hang of it. Fire. Fuck. Let's see, Papa? Okay. Oh, anime. Anime works. And let's go with giggle. We're not gonna go for the word right there. Okay.
Hi again, Zelda. Glad you see you didn't run away on us. How could you run? You're the main person after all.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Zelda. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Licky deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. And the year before that. And the year before that. And so on. I don't know if you plan to come just here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! I told you! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Zelda always gives his best as long as he's having fun. Right? Sayori suddenly pulls out a gun and pulls it straight toward my face. Right? He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. It's like so awesome. He's like my own little butler. Oh, dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? I totally didn't mean it. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Zelda can become good friends too. I have low self-esteem. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, you're even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Crap, got something in my eye. Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. It's nuclear launch codes from Mother Russia.
What is it?
Never mind. Sailor made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Ugh. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that's mean it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, yeah. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take out the book. Fuel. Well, you can read it at your own pace. It'd catch her in the rye. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Matsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Thank you. Oh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. Like, maybe it's because I gave her a Jamaican accent. I approach her, in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. All of my manga needs to be alphabetized. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? I don't know, she's got a point there. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. I like manga. I have a copy of Death Note that's the size of a freaking brick. Still haven't finished it. I really need to do that. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. And in your eyes. I mean, you look like a total weeb. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the set. Ah, much better. According to my Steam account, it says I've played this game for 17 hours, so I've played this game many times, so I think going through the fourth dimension I'll be fine. Seeing the box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Yeah, it is. On anything. I know that feel. It's actually my OCD. Thanks, Dad. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you could do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Yeah, when it comes to someone's taste in anything, you don't judge them. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Zelda. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. I'm just kind of picturing Sailor Moon baking attire. Don't just stand there. Ugh. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit here. Sit your ass down! Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. Haven't you seen how tall I am? We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. Don't make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with Doki Doki Literature Club. With its second act, it gets very rough and tough psychologically, so if you can't cope with it, then, just stick around till the end of Act 1. That's probably the best thing I can say. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Well, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Bill, obviously! You'd think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But really, he's butt-ass ugly. I mean, really, his face is an actual ass. But that just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. Except the ass man. You just feel kind of sorry for him. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Sorry. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. You know, you gotta power up, Goku. Gotta go super Natsuki. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Look at whatever gets into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'm good now. Definitely not a coincidence. Guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. You know, better than being a serial killer. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Ew. I'm dying with that. If you say so. So I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Ah, sorry.
I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, "Ugh, you still haven't grown out of that yet." Makes me want to punch them in the face.
I know those kinds of people. We call them dicks. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, not just friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. So, Monica's kinda being a jerk about it. Ugh. I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
No, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I don't think I can laugh in a Jamaican accent. But I'll give it a shot.
Ugh. I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. I always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... Ugh. I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. Though she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile and giggle to myself. Okay, everyone.
Eh?
Are you all ready with today's poems?
Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there.
Eh? Ah!
Natsuko suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I closed the book and handed it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back. Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but... Monica just said...
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it. If you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose it's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. Relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait! Sayori and Micah enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Micah wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Micah's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same, myself. Okay. So let's run the Natsuki route, at least for this one. Start with her. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. No, I would be more comfortable showing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha. No, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And your wits had ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Ah! Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure it out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Ugh, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Here's the poem. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sleek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I would... oh, whoops. Wrong person. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Ew. Because... everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, let's go for Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Yeah, I get like that too. Oops. Yeah, I get like that too if I don't talk within like a whole day. If I don't like talk at all, I just like really stumble on words. Kind of like I'm doing right now. Oh well. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess then it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? Ugh, so sorry. Excuse me for a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm just gonna read things in my normal voice, because if I do it in accents, I'm probably gonna lose my voice halfway through the game. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they forfeit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, there's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, trying new things. There's also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a bit biased, though. Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, and to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath that amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining straight light to have stood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Huh. Interesting. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yuri, I just have a hard time reading cursive a little bit. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Zelda. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Yeah, if any of you guys have seen any of my artwork in Turtle Darkness, you can agree with Yuri. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. It's oppressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess we'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Sayori? This is a good poem, Zelda. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in a club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Zelda. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not really sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing that how much this means to her and all. Yeah. and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? This will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you. I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes you feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Oh, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. Still tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. Oh yeah, that is true. Get a little cranky. I'd never take crankiness over having a seizure. Yeah, try having hypoglycemia along with hypothyroidism. Sucks. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. And now, the president herself. Hi, Zelda. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, we have an initiation for you to do. If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Zelda. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But sort of that barrier that we're all going to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Zelda. Really. It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kinda makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. The hell? Oh, sorry, just... someone messaged me is all. Okay, let me get out of that. Alright. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Oh god, I haven't read his stuff in a long time. Think... elementary school? Oh, jeez. You're really taking me back, Monica. Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even as sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. It might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them,
They could express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. But you probably wouldn't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I could see why it'll be hard for your poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. So like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I know what you're doing. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So I'm pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. I wonder. Maybe I can get this to the tune of one of the three Another Brick in the Wall songs. It couldn't have been me. See what direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. Oh my god, I sound so stupid. This is what I get for liking Pink Floyd The Wall, isn't it? It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. And now we are never, ever, ever going to bring this up of me high trying to put Monica's first poem to the tune of the Another Brick in the Wall songs. And I mean all of them. Maybe that's why this sounds so terrible. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Do you know Roger Waters? Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to type something down on paper and tidy it up later. Girl, I want a short story contest in college. Got $200 for writing the longest short story. Yeah, I'm serious. I hold the record for the longest short story back at my college. Well, back when I was in college. I'm sure someone will break it. Maybe. I can't help that the plot was complicated. No, actually, I could have. It was 25 pages? 25? 30? I remember it was a high number. It's definitely in the double digits. Another way to think about it is this. Oh, whoops. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you're just gonna get a big dark puddle of ink. Okay, so just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Wonder. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I'll glance around the room. Sorry, I'm looking for that. I know I got a copy on my phone. Oh, okay, now I found it. Let's see. How many pages is this? Oh well. I'll just check later. Wait, actually, I just check now. A little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. Ugh. Okay, I know I got a copy on my computer. I have to see how many pages that story was. I don't know why it's bothering me so much. It just is. Let's see. Where are ya? See, wasn't the painting Trials of the Soul? No, that was for class. If anyone's curious, I actually wrote a lot of short story horror, but I did try to go into publishing, but well, you need to know people, and I don't, so didn't really make it. Oh, whoa. I found it. It's 52 pages. Jesus Christ. I don't think anyone's gonna beat that record for a really long time. You know what? Just go forward while I exit this out. Okay. Now I'm back to reading. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions of someone who... Whoops, wrong button. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Zelda did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Like writing a 52-page short story? Which I haven't yet. And Zelda liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh boy. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Cat fight! Maybe you're just jealous that Zelda appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how would you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Oh my god, this is so accurate to high school. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would literally go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Zelda started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. And suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Zelda, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Zelda. Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Zelda? Well... How did I get dragged in this in the first place? It's not like that I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... We're going on the Natsuki route, so... We're going with Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well... But Natsuki has a point. I think that... I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. Sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so... We don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. A face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well... If you say so. Hey, so like you need to apologize for me, Zelda. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway... The thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. Yeah, I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that... Everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Zelda. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazy round we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home. So we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides shouting... Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things at the club room. So maybe you could take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. Yeah? About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How would you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Oh, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Zelda, how about you?
Yeah, I'd like to say the same.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Sorry, my nose was itchy. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, why did I do this? I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. If any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And add to myself with newfound determination. Zelda! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Beam! It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Them catfighting. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Zelda, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? What, are you wanting to go to an orgy? Do you want to go that far? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Said that to myself. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an eternal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this! Sorry. All the reading's making my throat. It's making my throat a little dry. Okay, since we're still on Natsuki. Damn it. No. Marshmallow? Puppy. Playground. Okay, no. Skirt? Doki Doki, definitely. Papa. Vanilla. Twirl. Imagination. Oh no, it's Uri. Oh, fuck. Chocolate? Giggle. And parfait. There. Should be good. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past few days. The past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Zelda. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Yeah. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why would take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that, all of a sudden? No reason, really. Just wanted to look at it. Huh. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. Oh, cool. I got a like. Hello. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she tips it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. Well, that's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a stack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or your plan conveniently forgot that you spent all your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. Hello. Thank you for joining the stream. And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. What, is this Danganronpa all of a sudden? Don't make me feel guilty. Feel guilty, then that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yeah, I guess we turn into Danganronpa now. Monokuma suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Ugh. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri. Tell Zelda to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is far enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Oh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. It is something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Viva la revolution! Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. Guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... a cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, it's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah. What do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Woohoo! Woohoo! Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Why is Monokuma in this game? Monica, could you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the clubroom. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. It's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Yeah? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. I'm not going to say it. Do not rule 34 of these girls. I am serious. Just no. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't, really. Kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! Should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Zelda. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. So Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Damn. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Aw, she doesn't need to stay in the closet. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pulled the first volume of Parfait Girls out from my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands and quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. Just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know? That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Ugh. This is killer on my voice. How long have I been streaming? Two hours? Whoa. Where does this volume leave off again? I forgot. Whoops. The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found Monica! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Eh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. Teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet. So we had to move some stuff around and clean up a bit. It's all still there. I just have to organize it a bit. Ugh. Top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. Okay. I know what you guys are really here for. So, I'm gonna give my voice a little bit of a rest. We'll just mow on past Act 1. Because most of the time actually every time I play this game, I always go for the best ending, and you can see it on YouTube, so. Girl, you look like you're 4'2". And I'm 5'2". like spiders. Okay, since we're just pretty much just going for the normal ending, I'm just gonna hit random words. Oh, I still got Natsuki. Wow. I guess I've played this game so many times that I just unconsciously know what to pick. Guess that's kind of cool. Sorry, my voice has gone a little bit out because I'm not used to doing these kind of long streams like I was in the past. Oof. See, blah blah blah. I know what everyone else wants to see, so just trying to get there as fast as I can. Food, water, atmosphere. I know should be close to the end of Act 1. I think I'm just gonna stop because my throat hurts and I'll just do it some other time. Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Well, to who is still watching, thank you for coming to this. Sorry it wasn't all the way to the end like I planned it, but, throat's kinda, eh. So, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Ring the notification bell since YouTube sucks at that. Peace out, and stay maniacal in a good way. What? Oh, okay, Oh, I remember now why I have this. Uh, Patrick. That's all I have left.